of backup blood there na magagaling kay Hero po dyan.
A Grand Skyball onto Kaz. Hindi siya ang primary target, so he is just standing.
Ooh, but a possible dash here. The ult from Oni lands on the Trey. TG in the backline right now, hammering down. The Dragon, ooh, the hook lands once again onto AJTY. The Solar Flare comes up. A teleport coming from Porosu. Wow, a two-man beach.
Na ginagawa ng mga ADR, okay, engagement.
Okay, so bakbakan by Sencho. There is the spell shift from Exo. Who will flash?
Good evening, Summoners. I am GS Riku together with...
GS Sneep.
Yes, and
Welcome to the PGS 2015 Summer Split, powered by GameX, Smart Prepaid, and Taskas PH.
yes, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out to the people at the Lizard Bear Lair, right? Lizard Bear Lair who are watching right now at the... Yeah, at that pantry, and for the... Yeah. Anyway, let's proceed to the schedules that we have for tonight.
Yeah, so tonight let's take a look at the standings first. So
All right.
coming into this game, we will be coming into this night, we will be having Imperium Pro Team, Acclaim, Empire X, Mineski.Globe, and Infused playing tonight. And we do see that Infused is 1 point right now, alongside Mineski.Globe with 3 points, and Imperium Pro Team does have 6 points, and Acclaim Empire X does have 4 points. Now let's take a look at our schedule, as we will see that our first match of the night will be Mineski versus Acclaim Empire X. So let's see if Acclaim Empire X will be able to take their 2-win victory over Pacific to a 4-win victory over Mineski, and let's see if Mineski will be able to come back from that 0-2 defeat after IPT.
Yep.
And from 8 to 10 p.m. we will be having Imperium Pro Team facing off against Infused. Let's see if Infused will be able to come back from their 1 point.
Yes, and aside from that, we do also have our Watch and Win and Match and Win promos. But first off, for the Watch and Win rather, all you have to do is wait for the last pick in the Champion Select dito sa draft and pick face natin. And a Google form will open for you guys at the Pro Gaming Facebook page, Pro Gaming Series Facebook page. And all you have to do is fill in the Google Doc and see kung sino ang panalo and vote kung sino ang panalo. What's going on? And yeah, and the winners will be announced at the next game.
Yeah, let's take a look at the pick and ban as we hop right into our first game of the night. We do see Mineski banning that Annie. So Annie has been played by Lucy, has been played by Mihawk, has been played by Cannon in the past. Lucy has moved to that jungle, so I don't think we'll be seeing an Annie jungle anytime soon. However, the threat of Annie is really strong. That Flash Tibbers 5-man stun is really potent in just winning games, and Mineski just doesn't want to have any of that.
Yeah.
And however, we will be having a problem, a bit of a technical difficulty coming in from the Acclaim
Empire X. So what are your predictions on the bans here from both teams?
Well, coming in from that Mineski side, I feel like they might want to prioritize the champions of the carries on the Empire X team. Kai had a really strong Vayne performance last week.
Yeah.
And I have actually been seeing him play a bit of Tristana in his recent practice games. So I do expect him to run maybe a Tristana if they decide to ban that Vayne away. Coming from Mineski, Yume has actually been playing a lot of new champions. He's been practicing that Rise, he's been practicing his Fizz, he's been practicing Echo. However, we won't be seeing an Echo tonight as Echo is still currently disabled.
He'll be open though next week. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Let's take a look at the pick and ban phase. So
Hoppy,
that respect ban coming from TG. You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, no.
And Ari is actually a really interesting ban. That is a target ban towards Mihawk. Mihawk has played a bit of Ari. I think he played Ari last time he played, and they did ban Vayne, taking that Vayne away from Kai. So I was correct in that prediction.
Finally.
Yeah, and looking in from that Acclaim Empire X side, we do see Zed being banned. So wanting to get rid of that from Yume and the LeBlanc. Yeah, so. Ooh.
So it's a different sort of strategy of what we have witnessed. I mean, last time they focused ban Kaigu with the Nautilus and the Alistar, but right now looks like they are focusing on the powerhouses of Mineski, which are Yume and TG.
Yeah, so first pick Gragas. This is actually a really smart play coming in from Mineski. It takes away Lucy's probably his favorite and his best jungler. Lucy just recently moved to that jungle position due to their previous jungler being unavailable to play.
Yes.
And I was right about the Tristana.
The
He has
predictions.
Yeah, so Kai has actually been playing a lot of Tristana recently. They actually had a comp around this Tristana, Gragas, and the Tristana, Gragas, and I believe Ari core. However, the Ari was taken away and so was the Gragas, so they'll have to do some improvising right here. And Rek'Sai, just a really good jungler, a really safe jungler, and Rise. I'm actually surprised that wasn't first picked.
Yeah.
From both teams, actually. Rise is probably one of the most contested picks across all the regions. Banned every game or first picked every game, and Mineski got it.
Yeah, it's definitely for Yume.
Yeah, actually, we have been seeing a lot of Rise in that top lane for most of the other regions. However, on Mineski's case, that is for Yume. TG hasn't really been playing a lot of Rise. However, Yume has just been dominating solo queue with that Rise.
Wow.
It's actually really annoying to play against, and they gave up Alistar as well, so really interesting. Mineski, to most people's eyes, those are like the big power picks. They're giving Mineski the really strong power picks.
Yes.
And let's see how Acclaim Empire's X.
Yeah, and Kaigo's been really performing well on his Alistar in the PGS.
He really likes those playmaking champions like Thresh, Nautilus. So Alistar definitely up his alley, and Alistar's just a really strong champion right now with that WQ. It's like a mini Malphite on a 10-second cooldown, just really strong.
Yep.
And we do see
a Vladimir. I believe
Vladimir.
they picked that last time at the last.
Yeah, I believe last week Case, well, 2 weeks ago, Case did play Vladimir in the top lane. Vladimir is actually a fairly strong counter pick against the Rise. We did see yesterday Naga versus GameX War Gods. JLC was able to play the Vladimir really well against Cynthia's Rise and effectively shut him down. And we do see a Morgana coming in for Cannon, so a really strong comfort pick for him and a really good champion just overall, making sure that Kai doesn't get caught out on that Tristana with that Black Shield.
And I kind of noticed your game last time. I think Cynthia won the trades later in the game against Vladimir.
Yeah, however, early game Vladimir does have the capability to just shut him down, and if the jungler doesn't respond to the Vladimir threat in that top lane, then Vladimir just walk over the Rise. So, however, this is not the case in this matchup, as I don't think Empire X knows that that's actually a mid-Rise, and it looks like that will be a Fizz for top lane for TG. So TG getting one of his favorite picks right now. He's been playing a lot of Fizz in solo queue and EXO. He played Ezreal last time and he's playing it again. Let's see how well he's able to play this.
He changed it to Severe. No. I think he has been playing a lot of Severe recently. I mean, it's a PGS. And, well, the previous game, I think they went 0-2.
Yeah, they did go 0-2. However, let's see if EXO and Kaigu in that bot lane are able to redeem themselves. Kaigu did recently switch to that support role. However, they have been given 2 weeks since their last game, so that's plenty of time for them to establish that synergy between the two bot lane players. However, because last time they played, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, they didn't really have that synergy between the two players against IPG. So hopefully we'll see a stronger bot lane coming from Mineski. Let's see if EXO is able to play to his expected results.
Do you think they're gonna get a lane swap here for the Tristana, or what do you think?
Well, Empire X did go for that lane swap against Pacific last week. They do seem to really like going for those lane swaps, while Mineski hasn't been really able to play around those lane swaps. We did see against IBT, they weren't able to respond to that Vayne lane swap, and as a result, Vayne was just able to just walk all over the Mineski team.
Yeah.
So let's see if they are able to respond to this. And as that last champion has been locked in, the Cho'Gath mid for Mihawk, the watch and win registration is now open. So vote for who you think will win. Will it be Mineski or will it be Empire's X? Vote now on the Pro Gaming Series Facebook page. There is a Google document posted where you can send your results there.
Yep. And what do you think? Is Cho'Gath actually Yume on the Fizz?
That's actually really surprising. I guess that's the power of these flex picks. Like maybe Mineski was aware that Yume has been playing a lot of Rise mid, and then they just wanted to mess with the enemy team's head by saying, "Oh, you think that's a Rise mid? No, just kidding. That's a Rise top."
Well, they last picked the Cho'Gath. Do you think Cho'Gath is a direct counter to the Rise mid, if ever?
I actually think Fizz is it's more of Fizz countering Cho'Gath rather than um, Cho'Gath countering Rise. So I feel like they just wanted to go for the more stronger matchup in the mid lane, as Yume tends to be the carry coming in from MSKI recently. If
Yes.
Yume gets far behind, or if Yume is unable to shut down the enemy mid laner, then it becomes a problem for MSKI. So taking Yume, giving him Fizz rather than Rise, and just ensuring that he has a stronger lane against Cho'Gath in that mid lane to further enable MSKI to just snowball the game
Mm-hmm.
is probably better for what MSKI wants to accomplish coming into this.
Yeah, it was really unexpected. I was actually expecting what you just said. I
Yeah.
mean, Yume on the rise since he has been spamming it in solo queue. And then with that switcheroo, they're playing some mind games
Yeah,
here.
so the mind games are real in this game.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mihawk play Cho'Gath yet.
Actually, based on how Empire X has been practicing, I've only seen Mihawk play Ari or Cho'Gath, so
Oh.
he is fairly comfortable on this Cho'Gath pick, and he has done really well in recent scrims. So let's see how well he performs on the Pro Gaming Series stage.
It's the first Cho'Gath for Mihawk in the PGS. And let's see here. For the what do you think is the strategy of Acclaim Empire X? Because you know Mineski, you think they haven't changed their strategy since, right?
Yeah.
They have been doing the same thing, but with this comp that Acclaim Empire X has, what do you think are they trying to pull here? I mean, it's not a Vayne. Vayne is banned, but with a Tristana, what do you think that is? That's like
They
a backup for them.
really want to emphasize the just turret pushing potential coming in from the Tristana. Originally, their strategy did revolve around the Gragas, where they'd have Gragas to just disrupt the enemy team, so Tristana would be able to toss the explosive shot and just destroy turrets. However, with that not being available, they might be wanting to switch up their playstyle a bit more, maybe just going for a more pick-oriented comp, as they do have that Morgana bind, they do have that Rek'Sai burrow, they do have the Cho'Gath rupture and the Tristana rocket jump, so just a lot of ways to collapse on the enemy team. However, this is also the case for the Mineski lineup. They kind of both have similar comps in what they want to accomplish to win the game. Like, their win conditions for both teams are fairly similar. Get the picks, out-rotate the enemy team, take an objective. That's pretty much how both teams want to play the game right now.
Yeah, so it's all about execution for both of these teams that we have here. Anyway, though, 5 minutes lang po ang Google form na it will remain open. So you guys better hurry kung sino ang i-vote ninyo. Kung Neep already did the breakdown of the comp. So yeah, we'll see what we will have later on.
Yep, and we are now hopping into loading screen. So
yeah,
let's see how it goes.
So anyway, Neep, any other support are you planning to pick up? I mean, we've seen your Morgana. We've seen you played Braum last time, right? So any other favorites that you
Probably Soraka, actually.
Soraka?
Like, I've been getting wrecked by Soraka in solo queue. It's just so annoying. It makes any losing AD carry, like let's say you pick a Vayne, it makes a Vayne lane just a even lane rather than a losing lane for the Vayne, as Soraka's just able to just heal up that AD carry. And I actually feel like Soraka might be seeing a little bit more play once the other supports and the meta starts to shift more. Like, I feel like there's a lot of changes actually coming into that 5.12 patch, and I feel
5.12 or 5.11?
Well,
the next patch is 5.11.
Oh, 5.11, is coming out next Tuesday. However, 5.12, the notes have already been out, and it's lots of changes. Lots of changes in a short period of time. I feel like the biggest ones are the Rise nerfs, of course, alongside the Echo nerfs, and it'll be interesting to see how this pans out for the game. And actually, I believe yesterday we did see a Taric support coming in for EU LCS. I don't remember which team.
I haven't seen that one, but you know the
it was Gambit. They ran a Corki Taric in the bot lane, so
did they win?
Yeah, they did win.
Wow.
They managed to beat SK Gaming fairly convincingly, so I might be wanting to try out that Taric support.
Yeah. And what skin would you choose if ever
Obviously,
you're gonna bring it
up? Armor of the 5th Age Taric, the pink Taric. It's the best skin.
Best skin ever. Not the Bloodstone?
No.
No.
The pink Taric.
Pink Taric.
That's the only skin to play with.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, though, the game is still paused, so wait for a moment. And let's see here.
So coming in, I feel like both teams will actually be going for a really strong invade. They will be going to like put the early wards in the enemy jungle, like invade one side of the jungle, then enemy team invades the other side of the jungle, and just ensure that they're able to spot the lane swap and react appropriately. Vision is the key to the game. With vision, you're able to make more decisions.
Yes.
And
well, who has the stronger level 1 here? I mean, yeah. With
level 1, I feel like Empire X actually has the stronger level 1, the Rupture and the sorry about that. The Rupture and the Dark Binding are just really strong coming in. So Garena Messenger.
Yeah, anyway.
Really great platform.
Yeah. Welcome once again to the Pro Gaming Series 2015 Summer Split. You are watching the match between Mineski.Globe versus Acclaim Empire X. And let's do the breakdowns of the compositions. For the blue side, we have TG on that rise. The jungler, they have Kulit with the Gragas. Yume on the Fizz and the mid lane. And for the duo bot lane, we have EXO with the Sivir and Kaigu on the Alistar.
Yes, and for the Empire X Acclaim team, we do have Haste on the Vladimir. However, here comes the pick coming in for Kulit. The Rupture will land, Dark Banding will land, and
who will get the kill? Only one more hit. That's a first blood for Acclaim. Empire X goes for haste, not needed.
Yeah, so no hesitation right there coming in for Empire's X. Immediately running into that enemy jungle. Kulit didn't know what hit him. That Dark Binding landed, followed up by that Rupture. Just stun locked everywhere, and that gave that first blood onto that Tristana. Really big, actually. You do not want to give Tristana the early gold, as Tristana is a really strong snowbally champion.
Yeah, that was interesting. They know where the rotations were gonna be for Mineski, or was it pure luck?
I feel like it's kind of like a bonus. Like they weren't really expecting. They were expecting someone to be there. However, they weren't really expecting the kill. And they're just mainly going for that ward control, and we did see that they were able to place 3 wards in that enemy jungle to spot out the lane swap, to spot out the movement of Kulit in that jungle, so they can react appropriately.
Well, they do have similar offensive wards right there.
Yeah, and actually it looks like it will be a 2v2 lane coming in that bot lane, so no lane swaps at all. TG, just pulling the lane a bit, so he is trying to make the lane freeze towards his side more, as Vladimir Rise is actually a really bad matchup in that early game. TG already half HP just from those Qs.
Wow. Yeah, it's like the game from yesterday again.
Yeah, the Cynthia versus JLC matchup.
Yeah, now it's TG versus Haste here.
Oh, Yume is actually running that Chroma skin, the gold fizz. That's actually the first time I've seen that in-game.
Yeah, same. What are the other colors anyway? Ooh, cannon with the brush. Just letting the poke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, though, I forgot the rest of the colors of the chroma skin.
I think there's a red skin. Well, there should be a red skin.
Redfish skin.
Yeah. But the new chromas for Zach actually look really cool. If you've seen that in the 5.12 sneak peek.
The pink one.
Yeah, the pink one. They also have all the new summer pool party skins, which are really cool. I really like that Lulu skin, the recall animation.
Yeah, really cute. Oh, here comes the pulverize. Cannon take a lot of damage from EXO right here. Almost 1/4 health. Just gonna have a dark binding back, but the trade obviously won by Mineski.
Yeah, so I don't really agree with like camping in that side lane bush for Cannon, as he was zoned out from a lot of XP, was not able to black shield himself when Kaigu did go for that level 2 spike, the headbutt pulverize combo. So he is now level 2 now. However, he did not pick up the black shield.
Yeah, and I guess the Rek'Sai, Lucy tried a little something at the top lane earlier. And I see that Rise doesn't have his flash, so I guess it was a successful gank coming in from him.
Yeah, so they're really gambling by putting, like they had an option to run Rise mid and put TG in that top lane on the Fizz. However, they're really banking on Yume just getting ahead, and well, some action coming in that bot lane.
Wow, here we go. EXO is half HP. Looks like Acclaim Empire X doesn't have the power to, go near and follow it up.
Yeah, so This is actually really surprising how much action has been in this spot lane. You don't really see that much coming out of a Morgana lane. Morgana's more of a, I'll poke you a couple times, I'll auto attack you a couple times. However, these trades have actually been really strong coming in from both sides, and Yume getting that poke down. However, those minions are in that way.
Yep. Well, if you were the jungler, where would you apply more pressure to at this point of the game?
For the Mineski side, I'd definitely be camping top lane and the mid lane. Ryze has actually been doing a fairly good job in that top lane. He's only 4 CS behind that Vladimir despite being harassed so much in that top lane. Down 1 level, so he has been missing a lot of CS from that zoning. So I'm not sure if that's an error on Haste part from just missing CS, or if TG's just been doing a really good job of just collecting the CS when he has the opportunity to farm.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. Rek'Sai picked up the Sightstone first for himself instead of, you know, completing the upgrade for his machete.
So they really just want to deny vision from the Mineski side and just enable vision for the Empire's X side. And Empire's X is actually really good at maintaining vision control. That game against Pacific, the ward was like a Christmas tree.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I was really impressed with the vision control they had. Oh, looks like Colette is right here for the side lane gank, but Ghost will be activated just to keep him safe. Just a couple of summoners.
Yeah, TG had no mana that fight, so a bit of an unnecessary Ghost coming in from Haste right there. He really didn't need to Ghost right there.
Yeah.
Maybe if Kulit burned Flash, however, better safe than sorry, I guess.
Yep. Well, looks like we have a Rek'Sai in the mid. Lunchtime for Yume! It lands onto Mihawk, but Rek'Sai is just nearby. The knock-up will not happen. Teleport will come up from top, but Yume will eliminate Mihawk, and the teleport from Haze will manage to get a revenge kill for the Gragas. Yume gets the flash. Here comes the double kill for Haze, taking turret hits. That's 2 for 2, but that's executed.
And that was a really strong play coming in from Empire's X. Really good response, really good counter gank coming in. Teleport immediately came out right when they saw Kulit in that mid lane. Haste made no hesitation and just made haste to that mid lane. Just teleported in immediately with that follow-up from Lucy. And that's just really good response actually coming in from Empire's X. I'm actually really surprised by that level of communication coming in from that arguably a fairly new team into this pro gaming series.
Yeah, really good. I mean, that's a double kill for a Vladimir. 0-0-2 on the Rek'Sai. Cho'Gath also got some of that.
And I'm gonna feel bad for TG within the next 5 minutes. That Vladimir is just gonna bully him so hard, and that Black Shield doing work right there in that bot lane.
Yep. Wow. Good thing Rek'Sai was nearby for the follow-up.
Yeah, so that's actually partially due to the ward coverage. He warded up bot lane completely, so he knew that Gragas was in the top side of the map as he wasn't spotted by any of the bot lane wards. So he was either going to assume that it was top lane or mid lane. However, top lane had backed, so he knew that Gragas wouldn't be in the top lane. So he's either counter jungling or in that mid lane. So just really smart play coming in from Lucy, just predicting the pathing of Kulit right there and making it work.
Is one of Lucy's comfort picks Rek'Sai?
I actually haven't seen that much Rek'Sai from him. Like, he's just moved from the mid lane to that jungle just a few weeks ago. I have been seeing him spam a lot of Gragas. However, Rek'Sai is a fairly easy jungler to learn, so I wouldn't be surprised if he knew how to play Rek'Sai fairly well.
I agree. And actually, Rek'Sai is one of my favorite jungler champions to try out in the jungle. And spamming him as well. You're right, he's easy to pick up.
Yeah, like Rek'Sai, maybe Sejuani, a lot of the junglers are actually fairly easy, and Haste is just really painful right now.
Yeah, TG can't trade with him right now. Lucy with the aggressive, here comes Kulit with the body slam just to escape. And wow.
That's the power of wards right there. The entire bot lane was warded. They saw Kulit taking that Raptor camp right there, immediately responded to that, and here comes a 1v1 between the AD carries.
Wow, half health onto TG. The Dark Binding doesn't land, but EXO lands, uses a flash rather. And wow, very aggressive Acclaim Empire X, taking down everyone. Haste taking turret damage. Here comes the Sanguine Pool. TG is under the turret. Haste is trapped, and he drinks some pots right there.
Yeah, so Haste a bit too aggressive right there in that top lane, was not paying attention to the passive of TG right there. And here comes Haste with that ghost. Will he be able to pick up TG right there? Does get snared, and Dark Binding in that bot lane will get Spell Shield, and Haste is still chasing TG. Does Ghost up, and wow, the burst coming in from Rise right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Rise has a better range than Vladimir, so, you know, if he can't get the lifesteal done, he's probably gonna lose. That was an outplay or a...
Definitely really outplayed right there.
Yeah. Very greedy coming in from Haste, though. I mean...
Something to compliment about the Acclaim play right there is while all of that action was happening in the top lane, they were able to secure their first dragon of the game. And this was a response to, alright, we have really good ward coverage to the bot side. Gragas just burned his flash. Exo just burned his flash. Kaigu just recalled, let's take dragon. And woo, here comes the engage.
Well, here comes the cast. Even the Chum the Waters, Mihawk, they're driving down. The kill will go to Yume. Effortless kill.
Yeah, so that was a really interesting gank entrance coming in from Philly. He came in from the red side jungle, something you don't really expect as a mid laner.
Yep.
You don't really expect him to just like appear from your side of the map, and
yeah.
Mihawk getting caught out.
And as you can see here, blue side for Mineski, we have 73% votes, and for the red side, we have 27%. So yeah, obviously.
Yeah, Mineski, pretty established team, really probably the biggest fan base in the Philippines right now, and yeah, let's see if they can live up to that hype right now. That 72% vote, as its score is currently in favor of Empire's X with a 600 gold lead.
Looks like they're planning something here. Haste gets snared. Wow. Lampas, 50% HP, but Lucy is there for the backup. Will he get the knock off? Yes, he does. The red buff lands also into TG. One more hit. Haste gets the kill.
Yeah, so all these the junglers have been doing lots of work right now in this game, and something to take note of is actually in that bot lane on these supports. If you take a look at the items, Cannon's actually just been doing a lot of work, more so compared to Kaigu, and this is actually what we were talking about prior to the game. Kaigu hasn't really adapted to the roaming meta.
Wow.
And that top lane trade.
Yeah, that was a great timing for the pool, so he won't get knocked out by the body slam. And here comes On the Hunt, denied by Cannon with a dark binding. Nothing will happen there.
Yeah, so Kaigu didn't have his mobility boots available, and this is just really good peel coming from Morgana. That's what a Morgana does. You black shield, you bind, and then you just keep that AD carry alive in lane.
Yep, and well, this Rosana is, even though he's behind Farmer of a couple of CS, he does have that 2 kills.
Yeah, and those 2 kills add up to quite a bit of CS if you try to make the CS equal to the kills. So Tristana will be able to pick up that Triforce fairly soon. Let's actually see if he has enough gold to pick it up right now. I believe he does, and this is a really big power spike coming in for Empire's X. He has picked up that Triforce. Dragon is not up. The IE, sorry.
Yes, it's IE.
Yeah. So turrets are still available. I feel like Empire's X should start grouping up right now and just take a turret right now.
Yep. Well, they did have their first dragon. I guess they're just waiting for the next objective to arrive.
Yeah. So it looks like Cannon will be going back to roaming right now, putting pressure in that mid lane. Meanwhile, Kaigu just staying in that bot lane with Exo. I don't really agree with this play coming in from Kaigu. Sivir is probably one of the most safest AD carries to lane with. You really won't die in a 1v2, and here comes the Dark Bind. Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, better safe than sorry, man, because it seemed like the Dark Binding was about to land.
Yeah.
It already did the, I mean, naka-cooldown yung kanyang...
And this is the power of the roaming support. This is something that Kaigu should be doing right now. He hasn't been putting pressure on the map. Meanwhile, Cannon has been putting so much pressure in that mid lane. Cho'Gath, despite supposedly being a losing matchup, has actually been holding his own fairly well against this Fizz in that mid lane.
Wow, here comes a duel to mid lane, and yeah, nothing
Just
will happen
backing
there.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Oh,
meanwhile in
killing
that bot
spree.
lane, 1v1 kill actually. Where was Kaigu? Kaigu recalled him. Wow.
Wow. So here comes Lucy. Will the knock up be there? Looks like Yuma just playing around with the Fizz, and he's just too far away for anything to happen.
So Kai is gonna be a problem in that coming towards this mid game. 3 kills already. EXO is 1-2 right now, and it looks like all members, well, 3 members of Empire X are in that bot lane looking to take that turret. Kulit is there to defend. However, this is a Tristana. The explosive shot will do a lot of damage to that turret. However, Kaigu is coming in for that flank, so they do need to be careful.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could have seen the duel. I thought something was gonna happen in the mid lane, so I guess it was just scaring off the Cho'Gath.
Well, Fizz doesn't really have any items right now. Once he gets the Luden's Echo and possibly that Lich Bane, will be doing a lot more damage to Mihawk. Mihawk is fairly tanky with the ultimate. Ooh. Black Shield.
Really great dark bindings coming from Cannon.
Yeah, like if the enemy team didn't have any flashes or any things to prevent that Dark Shield, the Dark Binding, those bindings would be just doing lots of work. However, really good mechanics coming in from Cannon right now.
Yeah, and Dragon is now live, so everyone is concentrating all their vision right here. Kulit. Actually, Lucy is in trouble. No, wait, 2 for 2 right here in Nasa mid lane. Guess they're gonna back off.
Yeah, so Haste has making his way towards that mid lane. This is actually pretty good play right now, pressuring the mid lane while Dragon is up, and they are stepping on a ward. They do need to be careful. The Dark Binding will land onto Kulit.
Let's see, they do... Yeah, they do have vision of the dragon. I mean, Mineski. Also, Empire X as well. Oh, Kaigu though might get knocked off. Yes, not. They've seen the Gragas. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah. It
So-
seems like it seems like EXO is preventing Kai to recall. Kanina pa gusto niya nang umuwi.
Yeah, it's because EXO knows once Kai recalls and picks up his item, they will be significantly stronger for this dragon fight, which is something that Mineski doesn't really want right now. And looks like Empire's X is already starting to set up for this dragon. We should be a dragon fight. We should be seeing a dragon fight coming up soon.
Yeah, everybody's just guarding this area. Both teleport spells are up. Wow, here comes the Soul Shackles coming in from Cannon. Ignite has been dropped. Flash onto EXO. And meanwhile, in the top lane, something is going on. The duel between the 2 top laners. Ghost is activated. Wow, all the fights are cancelled. No one dies from there. And looks like, nope, I guess I'm wrong. Here comes the root. Here comes everything. Here comes the ultimate from Haste. One more hit for Acclaim Haste. And he does get it. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Dragon has been taken by Acclaim Empire X.
Yeah, and what's something to note is that every time Empire's X has taken a dragon, but hold that thought, here comes the aggression.
Ooh, here comes a tower dive from Mineski. Mihawk very, very low, but Kaigu is low as well. He is taking all the turret damage, and it's 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Yeah, you're right. I kind of noticed that as well.
Yeah, so every time Empire's X takes a dragon, top lane just goes really hyper aggressive in that top lane, draws the attention of the Mineski team, so Mineski is forced to decide, do we help PG or do we contest the dragon?
Yeah, I mean, it's like so that it would be a 4v4 and Bryce wouldn't be able to join in.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, man, how Empire X has been playing this. The first, Lucy is pretty low at the moment. Kulit does have his ultimate. Yes, he does. Puts him back into position, but here comes the tunnel. He slams onto Lucy, knocks him up. But no, here comes the Dark Binding from Cannon, just for the revenge kill. The teleport will not do anything, but you know, it's a nice touch.
Yeah, and actually, meanwhile, bot lane turret was taken away, so these 80 carries are just destroying turrets right now. EXO took that bot lane turret, Kai took that bot lane turret, now EXO is pushing that top lane turret, and actually will probably get this right now. However, once again, Kai is in that mid lane and will take that mid lane turret, so 80 carries, destroying turrets, name of the game right now.
Yeah, but you know, Kai is a more effective sieger.
However, Sivir is a fairly good sieger as well, does have the wave clear from the bouncing blades, so
Oh yeah, right.
but once again, Tristana, the king of destroying turrets.
Yep. Queen?
Queen, I guess it's a queen. I guess she's a queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these Yordles.
I know, man. Anyway, though, Acclaim Empire X playing this pretty well, waiting for objectives, and just reacting to what Mineski has been doing recently.
Yeah, so this is the part where a lot of teams just don't know what to do. They've taken all the outer turrets. And this is kind of where mid lane starts to happen. This is where a lot of the newer teams start to fall apart, as decision making in the mid game comes from just experience. So, and this is where Mineski shines, and this is where Empire X may be fairly shaky at. So if Mineski is going to come back and win this game from this 3k deficit, it happens now. So let's see what Mineski is doing. Right now they are just, I'd say they are waiting for their power spikes, and they will begin to group up. However, Empire X actually doing the right play right here by pushing that bot lane. They saw those two players in that top lane, so they will be able to get this bot turret.
Wow, Haze and EXO actually dueling it out, but Yume is there for the backup. He is going really fast, and here comes the Playful Trickster pool just to buy time. Gets the Chum the waters. Looks like he's gonna fall, and EXO will get the kill. Meanwhile, we have here action in the bottom lane. The cast just manages to save the people of Acclaim Empire X, and they decide to back away.
Yeah, I really disagree with that dive coming in from Empire X. I feel like they should have just taken the turret and just back, rather than trying to go for that tower dive. You have a Tristana, you can take that turret in probably like 10 seconds flat. However, the dive is really risky with that Gragas, with that Alistar, with that Ryze. There's just so much CC that can just mess you up.
Oh,
here comes the aggression.
Looks like they're going in.
Wow.
Dark Binding lands again. Amazing. Well played, Cannon. And Kai, your ADC, gets the kill.
Yeah, so Cannon, wow. That guy's been landing all of his binds today.
I know, right?
I don't think I've actually seen a missed bind right now. It's either been flashed out of, or it's either been spell shielded.
Yep.
Just playing amazing right now. This is what's enabling Empire's X to just win this game right now. However, turrets were taken while all of that was happening, and gold lead is actually reset to only a 800 gold lead in favors of Empire's X. Mid lane turret was taken down, and I believe top lane turret was taken a while ago. So yeah.
Yeah. So kills for them, and turrets for Mineski.
Yes, and this just goes down to Mineski just having that experience, being able to play the mid game better. They knew how to react to the push from bot lane, and they were able to take something out of that, even though that was 3 in the bottom and they were outnumbered in the bottom.
Yeah.
They managed to take that mid lane turret. It just comes down to mid game decision making. This is, like I said earlier, where Mineski will be able to establish their footing and win this game.
Yeah, and the difference between experienced teams and the new bloods.
Yeah.
Well, looks like they're concentrating their vision right now around the Baron area, since it's, it's there.
Yeah, and Dragon is up in 1 minute. Looks like both teams will be looking to set up right now. Empire's X actually placing wards towards the Baron pit rather than the Dragon, so they might be actually wanting to bait Baron. They do need to be careful. The collapse might be imminent.
Oh, here we go. Chum the waters onto Lucy. Haze is right near. EXO is trying to Yume in the front line, though. Soul Shackles will be activated, and no one gets rooted there. Lucy will be left alone, and it's right. And here we have Empire X trying to disengage from all of Mineski. Here comes the stun, and the flash will be the response to that, just for safety.
And there we have, that's the Mineski mid-game decision-making right there. Saw an opportunity, immediately went for it, didn't hesitate, knew they would come out on top mostly. They saw Kai in the bottom, and this will be a turret, a kill, and gold lead for Mineski.
Yeah, wow. They lost Lucy.
Yeah, and Dragon as well, actually. Dragon is up now, so Mineski just clearing all the tunnels. They probably will be looking to ward up and just take that Dragon, so there's a swing we were talking about. Mineski coming back in that mid game. They do have the advantage now. They do have the first Dragon. However, Empire X is putting up the fight. Here comes the teleport.
Oh, Haze goes on the front line, gets the pool. Cass doesn't hit anyone. He has the black shield. He is putting some hurt onto Mineski. Still with a chase. Kai with the static and kills EXO right there. He is unstoppable.
And Barons are being pinged. Really good play by Empire's X, even though they were looking to start snowballing into a losing position, going on the aggressive, not hesitating at all.
Wow,
and this probably might be the Baron for Empire's X. They do need to be careful. Kaigu and Kulit are already on the way, and
yeah, they don't have an AD carry. Mineski doesn't have an AD carry. It's like 10 seconds before he gets to his spawn. He has to walk back there, and it looks like they are. It's going rather slow. You think? Is it rather slow? And Mihawk is super low, doesn't have mana, and Kaigu is right there to disrupt. And yeah, shut down, executed. See Mihawk and the pool. Haste is trying to zone everyone. Lucy gets Chum the Waters. Haste will fall down. The kill will go to Kaigu. And
now
that's
Baron for Mineski.
Oh.
So that was a really desperate move coming from Empire's X. They felt like they needed to do something after they lost that fight, and Baron, it might have been an okay call. However, Kai was not able to be there fast enough, and Mineski, all of them bought home guards. TG actually teleported to the blue buff to get there faster, and it's just really good response coming from Mineski. And 3k gold lead, Baron buff, that's gonna be a lot of trouble coming in for the Empire X team.
Yeah. Wow, it was, they didn't have the damage to finish the Baron right away, and yeah, they lost Baron. Mineski got Baron.
Yeah, you think they would, as they did have that Tristana, they did have that Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath with that consume 1,000 damage burst, and Tristana with that Q, lots of damage, already has the static shim and Infinity Edge, so lots of damage from there. However, here comes the power swing, and this is actually what Mineski wants. If you take a look at the gold right now, Yume does have the most gold on that Mineski team, and this is usually when Mineski wins the game. When when Yume's fed and Yume is performing really well, this is when Mineski wins the game. So Empire's X is in a lot of trouble, and let's see how they respond to this.
Yeah, it feels like Empire X lost the lead that they had earlier, and they can't. Parang ang hirap na mag-contest ng objective.
It's the mid-game decision making.
Yeah,
they made a really bad play coming in for that bot lane turret. Then they made another play for going for that Baron, and Mineski was just able to capitalize on it. It just years of experience, played at Worlds, been a team for since like 2012, 2011. They've been around for a while, and
yeah,
it shows right there.
You need to like polish the strategies of how to keep your leads and how to play from behind. I thought Kulit was gonna start something, but looks like just gonna scare them away.
Yeah, they have to concede this turret right here.
Yeah, that easy with the Baron buff, with the Sivir, and seems like Acclaim Empire X seems pretty helpless at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless they, you know, try to start something. Haste gets rooted, nothing will happen there much.
Yeah, so Baron is expiring in roughly a minute, so let's see what else Mineski is able to make out of this. They are sieging that bot lane, however they are backing off right now. I'm not sure what their next plan of action is. They might be actually looking to just go for a more split approach where they have just all the lanes shoving at once and they rely on the dueling potential from Yume, from TG, and to kick in.
Yeah.
Let's just see what they do. They do have TG and Kaigu in that top lane. Meanwhile, EXO's in the mid lane with Yume in the bottom. So it looks like that is the case. They are looking to just spread out that Baron, have all the lanes shoved so they can establish the map control for Mineski, which will enable them to just do what they want, really.
Now, what would you recommend Acclaim Empire X do to counter what Mineski's doing right now?
They just need to really just ward their side of the jungle, be ready for the next objective, which in this case is the dragon, and just know what fights to pick and what fights to just give up and just back off from, as they aren't really that far behind. Like, you've got a Tristana, you've got a Vladimir, that's a lot of damage despite being roughly 4k behind. Just get the picks. Like I said, Empire's X has a pick comp, Mineski has a pick comp, they should use it. Empire's X just needs to use it to its fullest by warding up and just catching out whoever's alone.
Yeah, it's all about execution, but it's really hard. I mean, Yume's champion with the Fizz is rather slippery, all the escapes in the world, and
here comes the tower dive.
Wow, a tower dive coming in from Mineski. Very effortless. Makayagan si Mia. Hayes gets exhausted. Cannon right there when the backline flashes back. And Hayes goes here because of the cast. Gets pulled. A lot of members from Mineski are pretty low, but no follow-up there. Yume is Zonya'd. One more hit, shut down, coming in from the Tristana, and that's a 1-for-3 exchange in favor of Mineski.
Yeah, and I actually think that Kulit was the reason why that fight was so successful. That explosive cast completely shut down the response coming in from Empire's X. Kai wanted to rocket jump in, however got denied by the explosive cast, was not able to kill the low HP Kaigu and TG, and as a result, the fight 3-for-1. Dragon is up. Mineski is running towards it, and I don't think Empire's X will be able to respond in time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yung mga ganun na low health champions, that is like the perfect setup for Tristana with all the resets and the rocket jump. But yeah, disrupt nga siya ng explosive cast. Yeah, hindi siya nakalapit, and that's what happened. And even Yume was disrupting the members of Empire X in the backline.
Yeah, Yume was able to take that Morgana kill, however, I don't think that was worth his life really. So mid lane for support isn't really the greatest trade out there, however, Mineski is just so far ahead where it really doesn't matter, really, if they go for those risky plays.
Yeah, it's like they can afford to make these mistakes. And Lucy, trying to do something, gets rooted by the Rise. Righteous Glory activated, gets denied by the Rupture. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Baron is now up in 1:30. Let's take a look at the ward control. I feel like Mineski needs to start establishing a stronger and deeper vision of the map. They need to get those wards like right next to the turrets really. Like in Naga, we call the wards at the, you know, the base entrances, like where the gates that they just added recently. The ward, they need to get wards right there because we call those the port wards, where those are the wards, those are the entrances where those are the places where the enemy team enters from, which is really crucial in order to just establish vision control and make proper decisions. So Mineski really needs to get some of those down right now, as their warding is not really what it should be for a team that's 5,000, 6,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, I agree. In your opinion, oh yeah, it's just the blue buff.
Yeah, just the blue buff. Baron's up in 30 seconds though.
Yeah, let's see how Acclaim Empire X will respond to this. I mean, they're really behind, and they have been losing all these mini skirmishes and sieges. What would you recommend they do at this point of the game?
Honestly, they just need to keep trying for those picks. The fight at top lane actually would have been really ideal. However, the Grag is just so disruptive with that explosive cast. They just need to, I don't know, just find a position where they can get something out of someone being caught out. Like, for example, EXO was in that bot lane. Maybe if they decided to decisively just go to the bot lane, kill EXO, just keep on doing something like that. But Baron was up, so like when Baron's down, there's no objectives up. They need to do something like that, just like pick off the they just need to really just pick off these stray people. However, Mineski, like I said, they do have that mid-game, late-game experience. It's really, they don't really make those mistakes where they'll leave someone to farm a side lane and just die. That doesn't really happen for Mineski. So let's see how it goes.
Wow, Hayes actually very, very low. A couple more hits. Guess he will be returning safely to base. He does have teleport though, and doesn't have the home guard just yet. I wonder if he's gonna buy that. Kaigu recalled there. Probably took Baron hits earlier.
Yeah, I feel like he was just refreshing his Sightstone actually, as he ran out of wards and really needed to buy more wards actually. Just get those 4 extra wards down so they can establish more ward control for that Baron pit, as both teams are looking to test for that objective.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you earlier about Mineski having the most experience. I mean, they're not letting Acclaim Empire X make plays. They're not giving them room to breathe at all. It's like Acclaim Empire X has to adjust with Mineski. Unlike earlier, Acclaim has been dictating the pace of the game. They've been making plays all around the map, but right now, it's really hard for them.
Yeah, definitely, and this is a really smart play coming from TG while everyone...
Taking a lot of hits from the Baron! Solari activated!
Yes, Cannon's Dark Binding is insane in this game.
Yeah, really impressive. That's a great strategy, actually. I mean, they want to destroy the ward, and then it's gonna be a bait for the Dark Binding. And Kaigo has been a victim, and right now EXO has been a victim. It's all about the vision control here.
That bind actually hit again.
Oh!
Kaigo's half HP. Ouch.
Ouchies. Wow, Cannon really making the plays with the Dark Bindings.
Yeah, let's see if those plays are enough right now. They did send Haste in that bot lane to defend the turret for TG. And right now, both teams kind of backed off from really going for that Baron right now. Just not really sure what to do for the Empire X side. Mineski, they don't really need to, they're not in a position where they need to really force anything as they have a Rise. They actually have a really strong late game. So just taking their time, waiting for Empire's X to get a bit desperate and make the wrong move.
Ooh, Chum the Waters. Missed. Everyone's here at the Baron. Everyone's dewarding. Seems like Baron will be the next fight, but Haste will cancel the recall. He will get rooted. Just delaying time. Here comes the ward from behind the Baron again.
Yep. So just battle of wards right now as both teams really just want to ensure that no one takes Baron and that they're the one that gets Baron. And looks like Mineski is shaking up their strategy right now rather than just baiting the Baron. They're going for the push on all lanes, and EXO needs to be careful. This is the pick we were talking about.
Yeah, you're right. On the hunt activated. Wow, it doesn't work. The pulverize doesn't work. But Mineski got what they wanted. They got the tower.
And yeah, that was probably the best opportunity for Empire's X to make a comeback. Ooh, Cannon.
Yeah. Will the recall get cancelled? Yes, it does. And it doesn't matter because, you know, Yumei's a fish. Slippery, slippery fish.
Oh, Empire's X is actually going on the aggressive right now. Dragon is up in 30 seconds, and it is Empire's X that are actually setting up for it rather than Mineski. However, they do need to be careful. They can get collapsed on, and that will be really bad for them.
Yeah, what do you think? If Empire X does try to get this dragon, will Mineski do pull a fast one on them and do Baron instead?
It's definitely in the realm of possibility. However, Empire's X was actually really smart about their warding when both teams decided to back off, and they do have really strong vision control of all the entrances to Baron, so they will be able to know when Mineski decides to go for that Baron. However, it looks like Mineski is going for Dragon instead.
Yeah, it's going down really fast, and they cannot react to this whatsoever. Haze gets rooted. He will be the focus of Mineski. Gets pulled down, and right now he's sustained. Incredible sustain. Mineski EXO though kills Kai, even double kill for the Vladimir as well. EXO gets trapped, and he will be the first one to fall. Actually, second one to fall on Mineski. It's 2 for 2 so far, and Yume gets burst cannon right there. It's such a prolonged fight. Lucy decides to back down because there is Yume. Here comes the root. Here comes everything, the rapture. And TG manages to eliminate Lucy, and it's exchange of kills everywhere. But TG right here is onto Mihawk rather. And yeah, that will be an ace for Mineski.
So, wow, despite Haste actually managing to survive through most of that team fight, let's take a look at that replay right now as a lot of stuff happened in that fight. So, Haste gets a bit caught out right there. Did not have the support of his team to go in. Only gets the ult onto, gets the ult onto 5 people.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of that lifesteal comes from. So, once that ult pops, heals up by a chunk. He just heals up so much. And
wow. Ooh. That was an awesome explosive cast.
Yeah, that was actually a really good Chum the Waters and a really good explosive cast. I feel like that's what made the game possible, and EXO getting a bit too aggressive and gets picked off.
Yeah, Kai died so early into the fight, and they Acclaim didn't have any damage.
Yeah, like that was just a really good explosive cast coming in, making sure to pick off Kai, and Yume just did his job right there. Yume and TG, it's just tons of damage.
Yeah, tons of damage. Right now, next objective up, they're back with a Baron Pit.
Yeah, so Mineski actually wasn't able to take anything off of that team fight victory. They still don't really have the deep wards to play more aggressive, really. Their warding is fairly actually, I'd call their warding redundant. They have wards in a lot of places that are already covered. Like, for example, they have a ward in that Raptor pit and they have a ward in that bush.
Oh yeah, right.
You don't really need that. And the same thing for the ward for the bush behind Baron. And here comes the Baron pick actually from Mineski.
Yeah, I don't think they see this. They don't. Now they do. Here comes Alistar here. Will Lucy be able to have the steal? It's still pretty low. There's not enough room to smite. And Kaigo going man mode, tagging a lot of people from FRX. He will be the first one to fall in. Mineski, great explosive cast just to disengage. Cannon pretty low at the moment. EXO all alone, trying to duel with Haste. And here comes Yume, probably will finish the kill, but Haste is in a pool right now, and the kill will go to Yume. That is 2 for 5. That's an ace for Mineski, people.
And they should be able to get an inhibitor from this, and that explosive cast has actually been the reason why Mineski has been winning those fights every single time. That explosive cast of this fight was able to separate Kai from the rest of the team, so he had no peel. And Kulit does a lot of damage. He actually 1v1'd Kai during that team fight. And Kai just not being able to do his late game carry job despite being 7-3 right now.
Yeah, he gets picked off right away.
Yeah, like I feel like Acclaim should be focusing on just protecting that Tristana right now. However, the explosive cast just disrupting that and not letting that happen.
Yeah, really great cast coming from Bullet right now.
And the gold lead slowly building up. That is a 12k gold lead in favor of Mineski right now.
Yeah, even with the they didn't get Baron?
No, Mineski did get Baron. It's just that TG and Kaigu died. Yeah.
Oh, right. Only 3 members from Mineski have the Baron buff at the moment, so they're just pretty much shutting down the lane.
Yeah, so it looks like they will be just like spreading that Baron buff around all lanes. TG and Yume in that bot lane, while you do have EXO in that mid lane. So looking to play around this exposed inhibitor in that mid lane and just develop the map from there.
With the lead that Mineski has right now, do you think they can force down an inhibitor somewhere, like top or mid?
They can't really just like walk up to the inhibitor, the turret, and just like destroy it. As Empire's X can still really come back. You have Tristana on that enemy team, and if you give Tristana an opportunity to just like let Tristana attack you for 10 seconds, you're probably gonna die, as Tristana has a lot of gold actually right now. If you take a look, it's 15k. That's the most out of his team, and roughly equivalent to the other carries aside from EXO and Yume on the Mineski side.
Wow.
So they do need to be careful about Siege right now, as EXO is taking down really low. Tristana power right there.
Wow, he is almost as good as dead. Just one more hit probably from the Tristana. They decide to back down. You're right, they can't just siege right here with split pushing TG. Nasa top lane. Does he have the Baron buff though?
Yeah, so if Empire's X, TG doesn't have the Baron buff, I believe. However, if Empire X just wants to win, they just need to be wary of the many ways that Mineski can just dive on Kai right now. They just need to ensure that Kai lives. Kai is able to constantly deal damage, and that's the best chance Empire X has at winning the game right now.
Yeah, they do have an open inhibitor though. That's why it's so hard to play around the map. And that's gonna be the 4th dragon for Mineski, quite uncontested.
Yeah, so they will be able to do that extra damage to those minions and push those lanes much more faster. Spread that. Ooh, here comes the collapse.
Oh, on the hunt activated. Yume is looking for a target. Teleport will come up top. Looks like he'll find Mihawk. And Yume is dominating. They are searching for more. Who will they catch next? Looks like it will be the turret for Acclaim Empire.
Yeah, Mineski does have their ult still available. The only ult not available is the On the Hunt right now. So Mineski in a really good spot to take something out of this. Possibly another turret, possibly the Nexus turret, to see what they decide to do right now.
They still have the cast. Fizz still has the jump the waters. Here comes the root, but rocket jump to safety Sakai. And right now, everybody is just crazy right now. Yume is godlike. Haste wants to pull to safety, but it doesn't matter. He will be safe. under the fountain.
And that's game.
Yeah, that's game. 4 people down on Acclaim Empire X. Oh my, they just rushed in. It was pretty effortless. And after 44 minutes into the game, Mineski.Globe takes game 1 against Acclaim Empire X.
GG, well played.
Yep.
And once again, I feel like the biggest thing to point out from that game is just how well, just pretty much how well these teams with more experience are able to play that mid game. Empire's X had a really strong early game. It looked like Empire's X had a chance to take the game actually. However, mid game came along. They made a
mistake.
Iffy calls, questionable calls right there, and Mineski just able to capitalize on that and just snowball the game to their advantage. So really well played. Hopefully Empire's X coming into the next game. Hopefully Empire's X is able to just fix their mid game while maintaining that early game prowess they had from this game.
Yes.
And Mineski taking that 1 point, trying to redeem themselves after that 0-2 loss, looking for that 2-0 sweep, while Acclaim Empire X looking to just redeem themselves with that 1-1.
Yeah, godlike Yume on the fizz.
And
yeah,
I feel like the MVP from that game coming on that Mineski side was definitely Kulit and Yume, really.
Yeah.
Kulit just had so many really good explosive casts right there during the late game and during that mid game, and that really enabled Mineski to just win.
Yeah, at the start of the fight, wala na agad AD carry yung Acclaim Empire X, and pretty much the start, talo na sila to fight. So anyway, though, we are gonna have our second match, which is, it's the same. And let's look at the standings so far. We have Mineski.Globe garnering that 1 point with that 1 win, and if they do get the second set, they're gonna get 2 points out of it, and we'll make them 3.
So let's see if they are able to do that. And
yeah, so don't go away, you guys. We're gonna announce the watch and win winners before game 2 starts. So once again, I am GS Riku together with
GS Sneep.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
Oh guys, may 300 MB tayo! Daming pang Facebook at Instagram.
Email and videos. Stock up on data with Smart Big Bytes from the country's most advanced network. May apps and sites up to 300 MB. 50 pesos lang for 3 days.
Hey guys!
May free YouTube pa and more. That's a lot of bytes of internet for all. Text Big 50 to 9999. Smart. Live more.